Africa, the second largest continent after Asia, covering about one-fifth of the total land surface of Earth. The continent is bounded on the west by the Atlantic Ocean, on the north by the Mediterranean Sea, on the east by the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean, and on the south by the mingling waters of the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Now we head to Senegal. Senegal is a country in Western Africa located at the westernmost point of the continent and served by multiple air and maritime travel routes. Senegal is also known as Gateway to Africa. Its form of government is multi-party or republic with one legislative house. Fast facts about Senegal. The country has an entire village, Rual Fadu, made of seashells. Also, Senegal is building a green Great Wall to hold back the encroaching Sahara Desert and entice wildlife back to the country. Lastly, the country has endless summer, making it one of the places to go surfboard riding in Africa. People in Senegal. Ethnic groups or the Wolof comprise about two-fifths of the total population, and their language is the most widely used in the republic. Under the traditional Wolof social structure similar to those of other groups in the region, people were divided into the categories of freeborn, caste, and slaves. Languages of Senegal. Some 39 languages are spoken in Senegal, including French and Arabic. Now we go to the tourist attractions of Senegal. Gorée Island. The history of this sweeping island tells the story of the slaves and the dark period of the human civilization. History lovers can feel the spiritual connections by stepping on the soil that binds the blood shell of the slaves back in the 15th century. The next tourist attraction will be the Pink Lake. The Retba Lake is situated 30 miles away from the capital on the northeast side, known originally as the Pink Lake in Senegal. The last tourist destination will be the Lumpul Desert. Dumpul Desert has marvelous vistas and camel riding. You will be amazed by the beauty and opulent style of the sand dune boggies in the middle of the desert. The arts, sculpture, characterized by abstraction and by the ideogram through which the artists they emphasize the material aspect to give free rein to ideas and feelings. Musics. Since Senegalese music is not written down, the imagination of the musician is critical. This is especially true for griots. Griots is the one who recites poems or tells stories, often of warrior deeds, that contain a core of ideas around which they may improvise. In their traditional dance, professional troupes such as the Ballet National du Senegal, founded by Leopold Senghor in 1960, have created highly choreographed presentations that draw on many ethnic traditions. Now we go to the festivals of Senegal. First festival is the St. Louis Jazz Festival. This music festival is undoubtedly the best known in Senegal and one of the most popular in all Africa. Each year, in May or June, the event hosts music acts from around the world for a week, full of concerts, talks, and workshops. Next festival would be the Gori Diaspora Festival. This artistic festival was established to promote links between Senegal and the descendants of the slaves forced to leave Africa from Gorée Island. Conferences and meetings filled with debates, discussion are held alongside lively dancing and musical performances. Many performers and visitors of African descent have rediscovered their roots as this emotional festival held between November and December each year. The next festival would be the Abini Festival. This is one of the longest festivals in Senegal and includes 10 days of drumming in the Casamance region. During the event, you can see djembe and percussion players playing rhythmic tunes with people dance around. There are also traditional wrestling matches nightly. It starts at the end of December and runs all the way through the new year. Now let's move forward to our next country, Chad. Chad is landlocked country in the north-central Africa. The terrain is that of a shallow basin that rises gradually from the Lake Chad area in the west and is rimmed by mountains to the north, east, and south. Its capital is N'Djamena. The population of Chad presents of tapestry composed of different languages, people, and religion that is remarkable even amid the variety of Africa. The degree of variety encountered in Chad underscores the significance of the region as a crossroads of linguistic, social, and cultural interchange. More than 100 different languages and dialects are spoken in the country. Religion of Chad. About 3/5 of the population are Sunni Muslim. The great majority of Muslims are found in the north and east of Chad. Islam is well established in most major towns and wherever Arab populations are found. Now we go to the economy of Chad. Their agriculture and fishing. Cotton is one of Chad's important agricultural products. Although it is basically an export crop, the processing of raw cotton provides employment for a majority of this in industry and accounts for some of Chad's export earnings. Chad's processing plants is exported to Europe and the United States. About half the fish caught is salted and dried for export. Now we move to their cultural life. With its rich variety of peoples and languages, Chad possesses a valuable cultural heritage. The country is famed for the rock paintings of its ancient inhabitants, which can be found in abundance in the caves and rock overhangs of the Tibesti Mountains. Especially well-preserved sites are located at Ganoa and Zowar. Terracotta heads and figures found at Goao, near Lake Chad, are believed to be the relics of early Sao civilization. Arts. The city is also known for its bazaar, which sell locally produced traditional goods and crafts such as textiles, camel hair, carpets and jackets, brass ornaments, and pottery. Music. Chad has a small but well-regarded music industry. Modern Chadian musicians combined Western-influenced pop with traditional songs and instruments. Important indigenous instruments include a three-stringed lute featuring a bowl-shaped sound box covered with camel skin. Now we go to their festival, Garawal Festival, a beauty pageant with a twist. Chad's Garawal is a colorful, centuries-old festival which men put up on makeup, dress up, and perform a series of enigmatic dances to attract a new wife or at the very least score a night of passion.
Zambia. Zambia is a landlocked country in South Central Africa. When we say landlocked country, it is a country that does not have territory connected to an ocean. The capital of Zambia is Lusaka, and the form of government is multi-party. People of Zambia. Most Zambians speak Bantu languages of the Niger-Congo language family and are descended from farming and metal-using people who settled in the region over the past 2,000 years. Cultural feature. Since the 1950s, the Zambian cultural scene has been transformed by large-scale urbanization and exposure to exotic influences from Europe, the Americas, and other parts of Africa. With the object of preserving cultural diversity, Government initiatives have led to the revival of many traditional ceremonies. Fast facts: Zambia's dowry is called lobola, a premarital practice where the groom is asked to pay an appreciation fee for the family of his future bride for raising her well. Zambia has various major exports. Zambia's natural resources include uranium, silver, cobalt, copper, coal, lead, zinc, emeralds, and gold. It is a home to very large fauna. Zambia is home to a great diversity of habitats, which are happily home to an abundance of creatures large and small. Drumming and dancing troupes are popular. Music is usually organized as a social event. It belongs to the community as a whole, and it is an integral part of daily personal, religious, social, and economic life. Some of the attractions include Victoria Falls, which local calls Musi Uyatunia. It is a waterfall in southern Africa on the Zambezi River and on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. Another attraction is the South Lungwa National Park. It is the most famous park and often considered of Africa's last great wilderness. Zambia's agriculture. Zambia has a vast land and natural resource base, although only about one-sixth of the country's arable land is under cultivation. Farms range in size from household farms to large commercial farms. Smallholder farmers use hand hoes and few external inputs, and they mainly produce food crops such as corn, sorghum, millet, cassava, and ground nuts. Much of Zambia's cotton, which is used for the local textile industry as well as for export, is also grown by smallholders. Medium and large commercial farms benefit from improved seed, fertilizer, and animal draft power. Corn is a staple food crop and accounts for the largest proportion of planted area of Zambian farms. Forestry. Some 26,000 square miles of Zambia are classified as forest reserves. There have been plantings of exotic softwoods to supply the needs of the mining industry, and in the southwest, where there are extensive areas of Zambezi teak. Fisheries. Zambia has relatively rich fisheries based on its many lakes, swamps, and seasonally inundated floodplains. A good example of it is the Lake Tanganyika. Resource and power. Hydropower represents Zambia's richest energy source. Large rivers descending from the plateau into the rifted troughs of the Zambezi provide scope for hydropower development, and a major gorge on the middle Zambezi enabled it to be dammed to form Lake Kariba. Zambia's arts. Traditional Zambian art consists chiefly of wood carving, most often practiced by men, pottery making, usually practiced by women, and basket weaving, practiced by both genders. Musical instruments. Drums are the most widely used, but there are also string bows, flutes, horns, and pipes, xylophones, bells, rattles, and the kalimba, or African piano. Zambia's music, dancing, and song is used in tribal rituals and celebrations and are connected with good health, prosperity, and security, or with the cycle of birth, marriage, and death. While for theater, dance drama was developed for nationalists. A great example of this is the Chihuahua Theater. Festivals. In Zambia, there are over 20 annual traditional ceremonies that represent the country's traditions, social life, rituals, oral history, material culture, and spirituality. The examples of festivals are Kalumba, Kazanga, Likumbi, Livingstone Cultural and Arts Festival, and Shimunenga.
Somalia is the easternmost country of Africa on the Horn of Africa. It is a country of geographic extreme. The climate is mainly dry and hot, with landscapes of thorn bush, savanna, and semi-desert. And the inhabitants of Somalia have developed equally demanding economic survival strategies. Mogadishu is the capital of Somalia. Federal republic with two legislative houses is a form of government. Somali is the people of Somalia. They are divided into numerous clans, which are groups that trace their common ancestry back to a single father. These clans, which is turn are subdivided into numerous subclans, combined at a higher level to form clan families. The Somali language belongs to the Cushitic branch of Afro-Asiatic language family. Despite several regional dialects, it is understood throughout the country, and it is an official language. The second official language is Arabic, which is spoken chiefly in the northern Somalia and in the coastal town. Fast fact: Somalia has one of the highest fertility rate in the world. An average of about 6 children are born per woman in Somalia. There is a huge figure in that. The culture of the Somalia encourages childbearing. It is considered to be the primary duty of a woman, married woman, in the Somalia. Somalia has one of the lowest life expectation in the world. The life expectancy of Somalian men is only 53.5 years, while that for women is 56.6 years. The country is among the world's 10 countries with the youngest life expectancy. Years of civil war and violence, an unstable government, high level of poverty, a harsh climate, and the other factors have combined to produce a lethal environment in the country where the citizens are highly prone to death due to the communicable disease and violent crimes. Famous landmark and tourist attractions. La Asquil, home to some of the earliest cave paintings ever discovered on the Horn of Africa. Hargeisa, self-proclaimed capital of Somaliland, a breakaway state that's been governing on its own without the sanction of Somalia's federal government or the United Nations since 1991. Zayla, carrying on the Somaliland theme, the town of Zayla, also known as Zaylak, beckons adventurous travelers to the far-flung northwestern corner of the nation, where the dry in the arid land of sand dunes and rocky hills crashes into the pearly blue of the Aden Gulf. Economy of Somalia. About three-fifths of Somalia's economy is based on agriculture. Agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Resources and power. According to a recent study by the African Development Bank, Somalia has the highest resource potential of any African nation for onshore wind power and could generate between 3,000 and 45,000 megawatts. Cultural features. Somali methodology dates to pre-Islamic times and includes belief in jinn, supernatural spirit, and ghouls. Gastronomy. In Somalia, many people eat Arab cuisine such as fava beans with kimis or kangaroo, also with hummus. Other dishes include falafel with hummus or are eaten with feta bread, salad, and hummus like a sandwich. Arts. Nuruddin Farah, whose novels are written in English that has achieved international fame. Handicraft. Somali handicraft are made from natural material. Wood, leather, and grass are mainly raw material used for making traditional handicraft. Folklore. One of the example is the Digdir. The story is all about the cannibal woman were told to little children as a way to teach respect for discipline, and the dreaded Digdir was said to pay a visit at nightfall to all those who had been naughty. Somalia holiday and festival. Eid al-Fitr, which signals the end of Ramadan, and the day of Ashura, which is a day of mourning for those practicing Islam. These are important for travelers to the region, especially in Somaliland, where the events are declared as public holiday.